What's good, people? It's Daesha on YouTube, and I'm back with another video. And this video is gonna be a story time about the time I almost died. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so you could be a part of the notification gang. So this video is gonna go back to when I was like, so 5th grade. So maybe 10, 11, 5th or 6th grade. It had to be 5th. Okay, we're gonna stick with 5th grade. 5th grade, final answer, 5th grade. We, not me, but these adult people in my family had a party, and the kids was only allotted to stay until a certain time. So then when they when it was time for us to leave, like, we all had to go to my grandmother's house. Mind you, everybody in my old hometown, all my family members literally lived in like a big circle. So the house that they were at was here. You cross some railroad tracks, turn a road, and then where all the kids were supposed to go was here. So we had some of the older cousins. They probably were like teenagers, probably like 15, 16-ish, in that range or whatever, and they were supposed to be looking after all the little kids. Little did I know, all these bigger kids had planned a house party. Yeah, not kid and play. We were all outside. So we get to my grandma's house, and mind you, the parents are still having parties. They doing their thing at this house, and we all got dropped off, and now we're all here, and my cousins conspired to have their own party. So they obviously been planning this since they figured out that the adults was gonna have their own thing. But anyways, yeah, so we're at my grandma's house. Mind you, the party is going on at another family member's house. So they start inviting all their friends and people showing up, blah blah blah. So at the time, one of my uncles, he had a truck. I was sitting on the hood of the truck, because you know me, I'm an introvert, antisocial. I'm kind of doing my own thing. So everybody's like doing their thing, having fun, and I'm just sitting like a little loner on the hood of the truck, because I really didn't want to, like, I don't know, like, I wasn't feeling it, like, you know, whatever. But they was doing their thing, and I was just chilling, hanging by myself. And two of my cousins get inside of the truck, and they were just in there for a little bit. They turned the truck on. So I'm like, oh, maybe they trying to listen to some music. They trying to get the music going, you know. So then I feel the truck start to move. So me, I'm like, hold on. I like turned around to the windshield, and I'm like, yo, like, let me get down. And I start to try to slide down a little bit, because I'm sitting like forward. So I'm sitting on the truck forward, and I try to slide down a little bit, and guess what the truck does? The truck starts moving. So I'm like, oh my gosh, these people is tripping. So they start to pull off, and I'm like, please stop playing, let me off this truck. They wasn't listening to me. So they took off, and we're driving around the block. So at first they were going like slow, so I'm like, let me get down, but they wouldn't let me get down. And I'm not about to try to like jump off a moving car, because that would be so stupid. So I ended up turning around so that I can grip the front. So my hands were like, you know where the windshield wipers go, whatever, those little holes that are down there. I gripped my hands in those holes, and guess what they decided to do? They decided to speed up the car. Yes, they sped up the car. So they mind you, we were in the backyard, and they went around the block. So we hit the road coming this way, and then they turn on this road. Now I done flipped over, and now I'm hanging on the front of the car. And when they turn that next corner, bro, when I'm talking about they gassed it, I'm like hanging on for my life, bro. I was so scared. And then like the heat coming up from the engine out of these little holes or whatever, it was like burning the fronts of my fingers right here. So like all this part, it was getting tore up from heat. Like oh my gosh, I can't even, I was so upset. But yeah, so then they stop at the stop sign. So mind you, we done went this way, this way, this way. Now we're on this street. We're about to turn back this way to cut and be back in the backyard where everybody was back. So it would have been a block basically. So they stop at the stop sign, and I'm like, hey, let me get off. So they're like, yeah, get off. So I start sliding down the truck. When I started sliding down, they took off again and started speeding back up. So I had to like hurry up and climb up and grab it. Let me tell you this, I feel like And this is why I said I feel like I almost died, because if I would have let go and let all the way go with them taking off, they probably would have squished me under the car. Probably would have popped my head on the concrete, who knows. I mean, so I'm still hanging on, and now I'm like low-key I'm a little bit crying because I'm scared. And they hit another block, so then they bring it back around, and now we're back in the backyard, and they park the truck, and I get off, and I'm mad. So instead of them, I feel like they were so worried about getting in trouble for having the party that they weren't even trying to like check on me to be like, oh, are you okay? Like, huh, we literally just killed you, driving with you on the front of a car like a maniac. No, instead of them worrying about that, they're like, oh, don't call nobody, don't tell no, like, that's what they were worried about. They were worried about that I was about to snitch on them for having the party. And I was just so mad. I was just like, don't talk to me, whatever. So I went in the house with the little kids, and I'm just like looking at my freaking fingers. My skin's like burnt off on some of these ones. But yeah, like, and honestly, I feel like they probably don't even remember this, because to be completely honest, I feel like they was drinking, and that's probably why this happened. But like, I remember that junk so. Thank you, car horns outside. Anyways, but I feel like they were drinking, so I feel like they probably don't even remember this, but they laughing the whole time, and I'm like, I honestly felt like I was about to die. Glad I did it. God got me here for a reason, apparently. But yeah, so my fingers was all like burnt off or whatever. I mean, like, it wasn't like really bad, but it was like the skin, like, you know how if you just like scrape the top layer of your finger and the skin kind of peeled back a little bit. Yeah, it was like that. So some of my fingers were burnt a little bit, but you know what, I never told anybody, so none of my family or nobody, like even my mom, like I told her that I was gonna post this story, and she was like, what, why you ain't never tell me, and I told her which cousins it was, and she was like, man, if I would have knew that back then. I'm like, but you didn't. It's old, it's over. I still didn't snitch on them though, so you know what I'm saying, loyalty, I guess. But yeah, like, I don't know, that was like the worst experience of my life. And yeah, I thought I was almost dead. So yeah, that is my story, and that is the time I almost died. But yeah, the party continued. I was just in the house probably for the rest of the night. I probably went in there and cried myself to sleep, who knows. But yeah, and none of my family members ever even knew about this. That was a very crazy experience. But yeah, shout out to my 2 cousins that drove me on that car. I ain't gonna name drop, but yeah,
y'all some freaking psychopaths, okay?
Anyways, that is gonna be the end of this video. Make sure y'all like, share, and comment, and in the comments below, y'all drop down any crazy stories that ever happened to y'all ever had any near-death experiences. Drop them down below. I would love to read them. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. So make sure you guys stay positive and keep God first, and that's it until the next one.